All right, instead of music, I thought I would talk over this one. So I'm drawing Holly Tealeaf. She's one of my main favorite D&D characters. And as you can see, I did start with a reference photo that I'm kind of using as a sketch layer to just have the form and shape down because I'm not great at poses. I'm not great at always freehanding them. It truly depends on the drawing, and for this one, I wanted a more realistic proportion style. So I figured I would just casually just draw my drawing over the reference image. I do this quite a bit. I don't think there's any shame in it as a digital artist because I'm not directly just recreating the reference image. I'm still drawing my own drawing. And I think depending on what type of reference image it is, and in this case it was like one of those free stock, like I think even possibly from, sometimes they're from DeviantArt, of like people just being like, here, use my pose for whatever. But I think as long as there's no shame in like what you're doing, because people also will just trace over things for the meme, right? You know, anyway. So here I am starting the lining. I'm doing more of a monoline kind of brush, almost more like MS Paint style, because I wanted something that was easy to make for stickers, but also really clean. You know, I usually like to do something with more line weight, something with more of a feathered edge to it, a little more tooth, as they say. But for this drawing in particular, I didn't want any of that. I wanted like more or less one line weight, and just go for clean shapes and clean, smooth lines. I know some artists prefer that. Certainly, I think one of my main inspirations is Ghoul Kiss, and I know Ghoul Kiss does like a lot of those clean, almost uniform thickness lines. And her art looks really good. But yes, maybe a mistake to talk over this because I don't know if I can fill 3 minutes, but kind of finishing up some of the details here on the axe before I get into the braids more. Braids are not my strong suit. I feel like every time I draw them, they come out differently. In this one, I tried to make it more detailed, though. I think it turned out all right. Maybe not as thick as my sketch was, though. Maybe I regret that a little, but realistically, your braids aren't very thick. I guess a little bit about Holly. She is a fighter class, but she's also a high elf, so she does have a smidge of magic, meaning one spell, and it's prestidigitation, so that she can clean herself up after a fight, mostly, or to mend, like, do tiny little illusions or something, and she does hand mend her clothes, so she does have like a little bit of those skills. She has the street urchin background because she was kind of orphaned from a raid on her village, so she has a tiny little mouse friend with her. Her and her mouse friend are both albino, and I know normally speaking albino people don't have freckles, but I couldn't resist adding freckles to her because I thought it looked so cute. But she always dresses very like pastel Lolita, or like cutesy Lolita or Decora style, and still fights with giant weapons. And that's Holly. And here's the finished product. There you go.